Hello guys, welcome to the channel once more. So today's video we start of course with our favorite boy, that's Roy. It's very hot outside. He got dirty, so I did not want him in the car. Sorry about that, that's me being mean. So he's running alongside the car and coming back to get the Himalayan. What car is this? Oh, this is the Honda. Yep, it is the Honda. So there is the Himalayan, looking all good, fresh, and ready to go for a ride. And I have my ramps already placed, and all what I have to do is roll the Himalayan back, and we should be ready to go for a ride. So
before each
as you can see, both lights are still good. You have the cover on the left, and everything seems to be in place. I barely have had the Himalayan for a week already. It's been dropped once, and spoiler, by the end of today I would have dropped it twice, so that makes it 3 times the Himalayan has been dropped. And in the process I also broke the left side from the driver's perspective indicator light.
And when I'm rolling out the bike, he will be right there.
So the Himalayan, like you guys might know, it's very comfortable to ride, and a lot of that is due to the very compliant suspension system, and that suspension system also makes it becomes a liability because one of the times I dropped the bike was I got off and I thought I already had the foot stand in place, but as I took off my weight from the bike, then the bike tilted over and I dropped it, sadly. So I get the key on. You can see the headlight is very nice and bright, but it's just that most people prefer the LEDs in this day and age. So you would mostly find aftermarket headlights for the Himalayan. One of the most commonly done modifications on the Himalayan. Of course, it has spoke wheels, and there is the bike after I dropped it. I can't remember clearly how this happened, but I think it had something to do with me trying to get off the bike, and then the bike suddenly rose higher than I thought it would. And once this bike tilts beyond like 30 degrees, there's no saving it. You don't even have to go to 45 degrees. The bike will drop on you. On this side there was little damage, almost nothing, but the other time I had it dropped, it was on the left side, and that actually caused some minor damage. It's just the indicator light that got broken. But I feel bad having a brand new bike less than a week and then having, dropping it. But the good thing about the Himalayan is that it's fairly easy for a person all by themselves to pick it up. So if you're riding out in the boonies and you're just by yourself, you should be able to pick up the bike, as opposed to some of its rivals, which are way heavier. And I can't say enough about the instrument cluster of the Royal Enfield Himalayan. This instrument cluster is just so beautiful to look at. I love the combination of the analog and the digital displays, and I also treasure the inclusion of the compass, the digital compass. Most of the times when you go off-roading, you have a rough idea of where you would locate it, and hey, wherever I am, 60 miles north there's gonna be a major highway, and from the highway I can find my way to the closest town. So that digital compass is a welcome addition to the Royal Enfield Himalayan. Here you can see what the headlight looks like. There's that little LED piece at the bottom, and on this day I also did some work on the Mahindra Roxor, which you see in the back. And what I did was I took out the tie rod that controls the steering mechanism, and kind of messed it up a little bit, so the Roxor is without a tie rod right now. You can see the Heim joints that came with the lift kit, and of course you can see a wrench, and then the tie rod that joins the two is missing. Anyways, that will be a story for another video, and which will be coming up here very soon. I know most of the Roxor fans are like, what's going on now? He's all about the motorcycle. But what's amazing is that you have these wonderful pieces of engineering that work, and then the price point is very low, so I find them very attractive. This is just a closer look at the instrument cluster of the Royal Enfield Himalayan. You can see all what it displays. On the left, where you have the 0, that's the gear indicator. If you shift the gears up down, then it will show over there. You just saw the front brake reservoir, and compared to the Japanese and the metric bikes, this one doesn't have a side window, so you can't know how much hydraulic fluid you have inside. That's the horn. It has a single horn. I love the graphics on the tank. They're just so beautiful. For India and hopefully the rest of the world, the 2020 BS6 compliant bike has a whole slew of color ranges, and I especially like the red and black combination. Also, one very common modification is that people put handlebar risers, which lift up the handlebar, makes it more comfortable on longer rides. And I believe, I don't know if it's on the left or right side, but one of these panels in the past used to be metallic and now it's plastic. Or it's plastic now and became metallic. I'm not sure. What I have is a 2019, so that would be technically a BS4 export model, because the export models have fuel injection. But the BS6 models, they lose a little bit of power, but they're up to Euro 6 standards. And I hadn't noticed that before, but you just saw the oil cooler, and it has that mesh protecting the oil cooler. That's a nice touch, a nice addition. And there you have the Royal Enfield sticker protecting the reservoir for the front brake hydraulic disc. And I should say this bike has steel braided brake lines, and the difference between steel braided lines and the normal lines is that steel braided, they don't expand. The rubber, expands and shrinks depending on the pressure. Steel wouldn't. And then also you can see that's the foot stand. It has that little nice attachment where you can put your foot to kick it back, and then once the kickstand is up, then you can start the bike. Here it will not start because my kill switch is in the kill position, and now it will start. The clutch is very light, sensitive, and very progressive. This is a 5-speed bike, 1 down and 4 up. So I am in first gear right now. You can see how it changed from 0 to 1. And once again, I just can't say enough about this instrument cluster. Whoever makes it, it looks extremely premium. It looks very beautiful. I totally love it.